Good morning and welcome to Mile Monsters Inc., our Wednesday in review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 75 Hard program. This program, as many of you know, I am currently doing right now, and I actually did it for the first time last year at this time. So I'm going to jump right into it and kind of explain a little bit of what 75 Hard is, because a lot of people are asking me about it because they know I'm doing it. 75 Hard is a 75-day program to build your mental toughness. A lot of people think it is just to lose weight or an exercise program, and you will get massive benefits physically from it, but that's not what it was designed for. That is not why I did it. I did it to strengthen my mind and let my body follow, which it did, and it really helped me in the long run, moving forward and staying on it. So the 75 Hard is 75 days, and there are some key elements to it that you must do every day. These are what trip you up. These are what knock you down. These will what end your program. If you do not complete the list of tasks every single day, you have to start over at day 1. So if you are at day 74 with a couple days left, and you forget one of these tasks I'm going to explain, you have to start over at day 1. So this makes you mentally tough to begin it. The first thing I would recommend is getting the 75 Hard book. It looks just like this. You can get it out their website. And I would read this. It explains the program much better than I'm going to in the next 5 or 10 minutes. But it also helps you flip back and go through things as you're doing the program to check on how you're going to feel at certain days. Now, the elements I told you about are kind of different, and I think it's a great program, and that's why I'm doing it again. But one of the things you have to do every single day is work out. You have to work out for 45 minutes a day, and not once, but twice. So 2 times a day, separated by at least 4 hours, you got to go out and work out 45 minutes. And one of those has to be done outdoors, regardless of the elements. It doesn't matter if it's raining, snowing, wind, sleet, hot, cold, whatever it is, you have to go outside and do one of your exercises outdoors. I love the outdoors. I grew up outside. I grew up on a farm. We're always outside. I love to hunt, fish, ride motorcycle. So being outdoors is nothing for me. I have all the gear for it. I have all the clothes for it. So I actually love it. So a lot of people I know really struggle with the outdoor workout. So get yourself mentally prepared for that one of your workouts will be outdoors. If it's splitting wood, going for a walk, a run, jog, hike. I actually hike with a 40-pound weighted vest. That's what I prefer to do outdoors. It helps the time just go by super fast. The next thing you have to do is take a picture of yourself. Every day you have to take a progress picture, and post it to the app. So every day there will be a picture. I take my picture every morning. I try to take it in the exact same spot with the exact same pose so I can see the physical transformation from day 1 to day 75. Next, you have to stay on a diet. There is no set diet for the 75 Hard. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. There's nothing you have to do. If your diet is, 3,000 calorie a day diet, then you have to stick with that for 75 days. I myself am on a 2,000 calorie a day diet right now for 75 days, and I am on a heart healthy diet. I use a fitness app, MyFitnessPal. It works great. I can log all the food, and it really, really makes it easy to manage. So I do that. My first time, it was much harder. I went out and bought scales so I could measure the food I was eating and get an exact, count on my calories. So I would buy a little digital scale. Amazon has them. They're not very expensive. $20 you can get a scale, and it makes it way easier. And once you get used to doing it and staying on your diet, it becomes just part of life and much, much easier. You will be able to know, I can know looking at a piece of chicken how many ounces it is just by looking at it now. So it's funny, the little things you learn in life as you move on. The next thing, you cannot have a cheat meal or alcohol. I did not know what a cheat meal was when I started the 75 Hard program. Evidently, there's a bunch of diets out there that once a week you can have any meal you want and it doesn't count towards your diet. So I guess that's a cheat meal. I'm not a fitness expert. I'm just a guy who did the 75 Hard program who's telling you how it worked for me. But there's no cheat meals and no alcohol. In the book, there's a great line about the alcohol because a lot of people say, well, I'm out. I'm not going to go 75 days without drinking. In the book, he talks about that very thing. And what he says is there's a lot of programs out there. And if you can't give up drinking for 75 days, there is a program for that. And it has 12 steps. That's the program you need to start with before you do the 75 Hard. I used to drink like I was in a contest every day. And I started the 75 Hard. And to be honest with you, I've hardly drank Jack Daniels since. I think I've only had it once or twice in the last year. So even after my 75 Hard was over, I have not been much of a drinker. It kind of changed my ways about me. So be prepared for that. It will change your outlook on things. It will change how you do things and how you move forward. The next thing they have is reading a book. You have to read a book, 10 pages every day for 75 days. And these books have to be inspirational books, self-help books, that kind of thing. You can't read, Star Wars, that kind of entertainment stuff. This is to help you out. This is the book I have started today. This is 12 Rules for Life. I have read this self-help book from my sister. I would recommend that. It's a great book. I just finished Dream First. So that was a good book about a gal who had a dream and started a business, and a very successful one now. Talks about her ways of doing things. I learned a lot in that book. I was turned on to this book last year, and I think this is a must-read for everyone. I plan to reread this one during the 75 Hard this year. And reading was not my specialty. I did not like reading. My first time with the 75 Hard, it was my hardest task of all of them because I just don't like it. So I have become a much bigger fan of the reading, and I typically don't read 10 pages. I just read a chapter, which is, much more than 10 pages. It makes it a lot easier. So that's the 75 Hard program. There are a lot of people out there that I hear, I do the 75 soft, I do a 75 variation, whatever it is. There's only one 75 Hard. If you're going to do it, go all in and do it. Otherwise, just work out. No problem with that at all. But don't do a variation of the 75 Hard and then talk about how you're doing the 75, you just change this or change that, because you're not doing it. You're only cheating yourself. And when you talk to people who have done it or do it, they're kind of inside, they're laughing at the fact you're not actually doing it. You're just trying to jump on a bandwagon of people who have. So I was turned on to this by Craig over at Wild Ass. He had done it. I could see the results. So that's where I got the inspiration to do it. So there's a few people out there I know that have started it since I've been doing it this year. I know several who have done it last year, either while I did it or after I did it. My friend Fat Jesus, he did it last year and is going to start it again this year. Craig over at Wild Ass, he's doing it right now. There's a Callie at Wild Ass. She's in the middle of doing it right now. So there's a lot of people who do this and do it more than once. So it's a great program. It's a great way to get some discipline and get your mind right and get yourself focused on the things that matter. And it really helps my riding. That is the main reason why I wanted to do it. I felt like my endurance was in the toilet. I thought that I was just not able to compete at the level I wanted to. So last year I went all in on the fitness, changed my diet, And last year, in all of the riding I did, competition or just riding, it was all much, much more enjoyable. My life in general is much better getting myself in shape. It helps with every aspect of your life. So if there's anything I can do to help you, you reach out, you hit me up with any questions, get me on Messenger. If you need some motivation during it, you hit me up. We'll talk about it on our Monster Monday program and cheer people on, whatever it takes to help you guys live your best life so we can get out and ride and help these kids, you know, by doing what we do so they live their best life. It's just the domino effect. So I thank you all. If you're doing the 75 hard, good luck to you. If you're thinking about it, all I can say is tomorrow is the day. You just have to take the first step. No day is perfect. If you're waiting for this event, that event, whatever you're waiting for, the perfect time, there is no perfect time. It will never come. So just pick a day and start, regardless of what your life brings. And that you will find the most rewarding. Peace.